good, BFM? This is Big Tone coming at you from Big Tone Productions Beat to Feast. You know what time it is. It's time for another cooking video. And today we're going to start my new little series. And I'm going to do it periodically. I'm going to call it Everyday Cooking. Just because I feel like as content creators, we go out and buy this food. We make these elaborate dishes. And it's not something that we cook every day. It's not something that you cook every day. But it's fun to, to do that all the time. But sometimes we need just everyday cooking. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to be doing my last minute spaghetti. Something I just threw together because this is stuff that I had in the refrigerator. But hey guys, if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, make sure you share the video. And hey, let's get started putting this together. Last minute spaghetti. Alright guys, so the supporting cast is like this. And like I said, some of these things are optional. You don't have to do them. But these are things that I like to try to keep on hand. So if I got to do, like I said, last minute spaghetti, I have them. So these are just everyday items that, nothing special. So for my protein, I got a pound of ground beef. Now if you guys aren't hip to this, I'm using an old school word. This is a pound of ground beef that I froze and I flattened out in the Ziploc bag. For a couple reasons. It saves space in the freezer. And secondly, it thaws out really quick because it's thinner. So it makes it a lot easier. Then I got a pound of Italian sausage. My two proteins I'm using. I got a whole onion cut up. And then I got a whole red pepper cut up. Both of those are optional. That's what I use to doctor up my sauce. So I usually try to keep those on hand. I also use some fire roasted diced tomatoes and these Rotel diced tomatoes. I like the flavor of those. And those are going to go in my sauce. Now I cheat a little bit. Well, this is not cheating. This is a last minute dish. So Prego. I love Prego. It's not too sweet. But you use whatever sauce you want to like. I use two of those. And they are, well, these are 24-ounce bottles. I use two of them. And then seasoning, just regular garlic powder, salt and pepper to taste. You know how I get down, peak Himalayan. I use some ground cumin, some chili powder, Italian seasoning, and that's it, really. And then, of course, I use some just regular old spaghetti. And that's really all I got for this meal. Pretty simple. So let's get started putting this together. And I'm just doing it on the good old stove top. So I got my water over here boiling with some oil and salt in it for my spaghetti. And I'm going to use a whole box of spaghetti because I'm going to create some leftovers for the rest of the week. So I got that boiling. Let me put the rest of it in. Alright, so we got that going. And then over here I got a 5-quart pan with some oil in it. On a medium heat, I'm going to throw in my onion. And I'm going to throw my bell pepper in it. One thing that I forgot to tell you, I am going to add some minced garlic to this in a minute. Alright, so we're going to saute these down until they get nice and onion gets translucent and the bell pepper gets nice and soft. So we're going to let that cook for a little bit along with our spaghetti. To the onions and bell pepper, I'm going to put a nice heaping teaspoon of minced garlic in there. Got to have my garlic. We're going to let that cook for about a minute just so it gets nice and flagrant. And then we're going to add our ground beef and our ground Italian sausage. Alrighty, that's looking and smelling good. So I'm going to grab my Italian sausage, put that in there. And I'm going to chop it up a little bit here before I introduce my ground beef. Sorry guys, I don't have one of those fancy ground beef choppers that you can buy on Amazon. I just use a good old wooden spatula. In goes my ground beef. And I do suggest you give that a try. If you freeze your ground beef, just flatten it out in a gallon Ziploc bag. It thaws out easier and saves space in your freezer. Alright, so we're going to let that cook, and I'm going to take my spaghetti off. It should be just about done. Okay. Alright guys, let me chop up this meat just a little bit. Alright, in my spaghetti, I'm going to put a little bit of Italian seasoning in there. Give it a little flavor. And I got about a half a stick of butter in there, just to keep it from sticking and give it a little bit more flavor. Guys, so the ground beef is browning up nicely. So before it gets too brown, I'm going to go ahead and season them up. I got some just pink Himalayan sea salt, a little bit of that. Of course, I got some black pepper. Can't give you measurements, guys. I don't cook that way. If you've been watching me, you know that. But my best guess is a tablespoon of each. I cook to taste and sight. Alright, then we're going to sprinkle them with a little bit of Italian seasoning. I put quite a bit in here of this. It's probably about a tablespoon and a half. Alright guys, so this is everyday cooking for me. This isn't nothing special. This is just stuff I have in the house. This is I'm cooking this on a Wednesday night. You'll probably see it on Friday. So we're going to let that cook up a little bit before we start adding our wet ingredients. Guys, to the ground beef now, we're going to add our diced tomatoes. Both cans. Gonna mix that up real good. Now if that was all I was gonna add, I would start letting it cook now. Cook some of that canned tomato taste out. But I'm gonna add the tomato sauce or the pasta sauce or spaghetti sauce out of the jar now. Alright, so we're going to mix that up real good. Oh yeah, smelling good, smelling good. Look at that. Woo! Those canned tomatoes and the bell pepper and onion, they add a lot to that jarred tomato sauce. I'm telling you, everyday cooking doesn't have to be boring. Alright, so to that, I'm going to add a little bit of chili powder. I like chili powder in my spaghetti. Just a tad there. We're going to go ahead and add, if I can get it open, we're going to add some ground cumin. I like to give it that little hint of chili to it, to my spaghetti. Adds a little beef nut, little nuttiness to it. Alright. And then we're going to add some garlic powder. I've already added garlic to the ground beef, but a little bit to the sauce never hurts. We're going to mix this up real good. And I'm going to give it a taste just to see where the seasoning's at. Boy, you can really see those fire roasted peppers in, or not peppers, but diced tomatoes. You can see that Italian seasoning in there. And I'm making a little bit of a mess. You don't do that. Alright, I got that mixed up. And I'm going to give it a tad bit of a taste just to see where my seasoning is. Just where I want it. So, at this point, all I'm going to do is cover it. I'm going to turn it down to about medium heat. And I'm going to let this thing cook for about 15-20 minutes. Now I'm going to come back and put it in the plate and let you see what it looks like. It's been about 15 minutes. Spaghetti sauce has been cooking. I still got it on a medium heat. Trying to cook some of that canned tomato taste out of it. But it's looking good, tasting good. Had a little taste of it. It's going to be good. Everyday cooking. Let me plate this up for you. Everyday cooking. Just plain old spaghetti. Doctored up a little bit from, you know, the jarred tomato sauce. But hey guys, in the long debate of whether you're going to put the spaghetti with the sauce and cook it together, it doesn't matter to me. I just did it this way. It's better presentation, I think. I do it sometimes. I do it both ways. But hey guys, that's my version of everyday cooking. Just good old home spaghetti. But you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for that bite. Everyday cooking. Good old home spaghetti. Boy, I can't wait to get a bite of this. Oh man, that's good. Hey guys, weeknight, 15-20 minutes, perfect for everyday cooking. And I got a little garlic knot here. And like I said, I'll do these from time to time. Just everyday cooking, whatever you got in the refrigerator, what I cook on a weeknight, just to share with you guys. But hey, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, make sure you share the video, and hey, this is Big Tone signing off. Peace.